Give it a minute. At least one person join. So we're not talking to ourselves. Good afternoon and welcome to the pitch in Northern Inn Premier League. For a match today at the Marine Travel Arena between Marine and Bamber Bridge. Marine looking to bounce back from back-to-back league defeats here against Warrington Rylands and last weekend against South Shields. I'm joined this afternoon by Adam Tiffin. Adam, you were there at the game against South Shields. What do you think Marine need to do to improve on that performance?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Everybody listening. I think we played well, to be honest, against South Shields, especially against a team top of the league and heavy favourites to go up. I don't think necessarily the approach has to be different. I think we will approach the game different in terms of how we go at Bamber Bridge compared to how we go at South Shields. But a very different team today, so not sure who's going to fit in where into this team. Obviously some new signings in there, going back to Craig Curran, Lewis Earl, so it'll be interesting to see how those new players fit into the system.
Yeah, you mentioned the new signings, two of them straight into the starting 11 this afternoon by Neil Young. Lewis Earl, centre half, has joined on a 1 month loan from Chester, and the new striker unveiled Craig Curran, experienced number 9, starts today on a season long loan from Airbus UK in the Welsh Premier League. It's been a difficult position at number 9 this season for Marine. Do you think Craig Curran could be the man to steer a few more goals into the back of the net?
Yeah, hopefully. He's a very experienced striker, as you said, experienced throughout the EFL, in the Scottish division, top division as well, as his team's come out here. And he has bounced on a little bit, but we just need someone to come in and hold down. That's the problem we've had. We've got a lot of inconsistency up top there, and a partnership that's really lasted a long time. So hopefully he can come in, hit the ground running. Obviously he's only signed very, very recently, but someone with his experience you'd hope might be able to come in and adapt pretty quickly.
Yeah, so two teams have just come out down the tunnel. I'll read you two of them now. Starting with Marine, it's in goal number 1 Bailey Passon, 2 is Jordan Lussey, 3 Sean Smith, 4 the new man Lewis Earl, 5 our captain Josh Wardle, 6 is Charlie Doyle, 7 James Barragan, 8 is Callum Harris, 9 Craig Curran, 10 Sol Solomon, and number 11 is Andy Scarisbury. On the bench for the Mariners this afternoon, starting with number 12 Luke Clark, 13 Germano Mendes, 14 Lucas Weir, 15 Alex Doyle, and number 16 Mo Toure. Bamber Bridge this afternoon, start with number 1 Luke Hutchinson in net, 2 is Sheldon Green, 3 Aaron Skinner, 4 is Matthew Thompson, 5 Nathan Pond, 6 the captain Macaulay Wilson, 7 is Isaac Sinclair, 8 Chris Churchman, 9 Harry Scarborough, 10 Joseph Robbins, and number 11 is Finley Sinclair Smith. Substitutes for the visitors will be number 12 Rowan Roach, 17 Luke Marriott, 14 Reece Turner, 15 Donovan Lescott, and number 16 Sky Sinclair. So Bamber Bridge lining up in all yellow strip this afternoon. I want to tell we're on a form, and I believe 3 points above Marine in the league today, so this could be a vital 3 points if Marine were to pick it up.
Yeah, definitely a big 3 points if Marine can get the win here, and it should jump from ahead of Bamber Bridge and just into positions in general. A big contrast in terms of form for both teams here. Marine only 1 win in the last 5. Bamber Bridge have been in a fair few points in the last 5 games compared to Marine here. Looks like we're going to be kicking off the game. So it'll be a really big test for Neil Young's going to get themselves off that losing streak and to get themselves back into winning ways.
So it looks like Bamber Bridge will kick our game off with Joe Robbins. There's a final few fans find a seat at the Marine Travel Arena. Hoping for a better team performance than the last time they were here. That 3-1 defeat to Warrington Rylands. A couple new faces in. Also one out with Hayden Campbell the last couple of days. Wishing the best of luck. The game kicks off now with Bamber Bridge, and the ball out wide now with Green. Ball forward, but I think Josh Wardle will deal with it and he knocks it back to Passant, who clears his lines. Wins playing a part already in proceedings, holding the ball up from Passant's kit, but Marine come away with it now with Scarisbury. Nice touch towards Doyle. Sends the new man Curran, wins. Curry the ball away, and certainly a windy one at the NTA this afternoon.
Yes, anyone listening might have been able to hear the litany of team sheets flying in the face of not just us but the crowd below us. One from the Spurs game a few years ago, which is sudden. As we win a throw in over on the right hand side.
Coming back to the game, Marine have a throw in with Jordan Lucy the ball in his hands. A few players coming into the penalty area now, two centre halves, Wardle and Earl are in there as Lucy lumps the ball in, looking for Wardle, who gets the flick on, and it's parried by Hutchinson, and it looked like he parried out of play for a corner, but the linesman on that far side judged the ball already to be out of play.
Yeah, I think probably did just go out before the keeper touched it. But a good flick on from Wardle, and Curran looking a bit lively in the box. I think he probably will be able to fulfil that role pretty well. That sort of fox in the box, just lurking, waiting for opportunities.
Well, certainly playing that from the back Bamber Bridge already, under a bit of pressure here by Marine as Curran's closing down Corley Wilson, who does well to avoid the press. Still with it now with Churcham, under a bit of pressure, and the referee's just pulled a foul on James Barrowan, getting a little bit too involved there. Bamber Bridge play underway swiftly with Wilson. The ball out to the left back Aaron Skinner. He's brought to the deck again, and the referee has his whistle in his mouth again for a foul. Here we are with Pond. Ball out wide to right back Sheldon Green, who's judged off the ball by Solomon, and now Smith coming forward. Looks to be a 2% half partner of Charlie Doyle, with Lewis Hurl in that defensive midfield role.
Yeah, well, Charlie did, when Howard got sent off at the game at South Shields last week, he did fill in that role for the rest of the game. Didn't, appear to make any glaring errors. Obviously, there was no other goals after the Howard sending off, but it'll be interesting to see how he fills in there. Earl looks a bit more of a taller figure, so they'll be a bit more surprised that he hasn't filled in that role, but got back to the manager and his judgment.
Ball long now. Won in there by Sean Smith and challenged by Robbins. Ball runs out of play for a Marine throw-in.
I'd say it's been quite a physical start for Marine. A lot of challenges in early, a lot of nipping at the ball, and it's a very windy day, so it's probably going to be one of those scrappy games.
Yeah, you'd think the wind would play a part in a lot of the game this afternoon. It's already played a part up in the commentary area as Bamber Bridge come away with more Coley Wilson, first time out to Skinner. Under a bit of pressure by Callum Harris, back in the side today. Pond's forward ball is come away by Thompson, who's challenging there by Earl. And Barrigan now, who looks open to play the ball in behind to Curran, but I think he's just coming back from an offside position. And the ball will be played out by goalkeeper Luke Hutchinson. Pond plays his man under a bit of pressure but gets it back. Nice play by Bamber Bridge, and here's Thompson looking for a forward ball now, and chips it long. Held up in the wind, but Wardle can't get ahead of it. Challenging there by Green, and the ball is cleared. Barrigan loses out to Thompson now. He's coming forward with the ball. Thompson's still with it. Skips past Smith and plays that wide to Green. I think Green might just be able to keep it in, and he does. And deflected out for a throw-in by the corner flag.
Yeah, it's good play from Bamber. They're obviously wanting to use that philosophy, keeping the ball on the floor, which I think today, with the winds and the conditions, could be quite a smart idea. But they look very confident on the ball. It's just about us maybe putting that pressure on them early, unnerving them a little bit and forcing them to do what they're not used to.
We've got the ball in the box now with Sinclair. To play a ball in towards Sinclair Smith it was, who pulled the trigger and it's blocked by a white shirt. Bamber player hits the deck again on that far side, but it's just going to be a throw-in for Aaron Skinner. He plays it quick now to Churchman. Churchman goes back to Solomon. Can line up a shot at Churchman, but he's challenged in there by Solomon. Marine can break here with Curran. He's brought to the ground, but the referee plays advantage as Callum Harris comes forward now. Harris for the first time pass, looking for Scarisbrick, but Hutchinson swiftly off his line, and the wind takes it all the way out for a throw-in on the halfway line for Marine. It's first sight Marine have had on goal there.
Yeah, it's just classic number 9 play there from Curran. Home ball looked well, rolling with the challenge, playing in his fellow teammate, and unfortunately the pass after that was just a bit too heavy for I think it was Scarisbrick to get on the end of it.
Well, Solomon sees the ball go under his foot there, and Bamber Bridge now with a throw halfway inside their own half. Nathan Pond just having a word with referee Jack Neild. I remember the reverse fixture at Bamber Bridge, that 1-1 draw. Nathan Pond was the lone striker for the visitors that day, back in his more normal position of centre half this afternoon though, as the ball's played long and flicked on by Finley Sinclair Smith. He's going to run all the way to Bassent, who blew his lines, but only as far as Thompson, who brings it down nicely and plays it in field. Here's Green, challenged by Smith, and Scarisbrick has just fouled Green and eager to get to the ball there. It will be a Bamber Bridge free kick. So, if you've just joined us, is in this first under 10 minutes, Marine 0, Bamber Bridge 0. Yet to see a real goal mouth action, but as I said, Adam earlier, physical side, Bamber Bridge, and Marine looking to match that this afternoon. The ball's chipped forward by Thompson towards the corner, and it's headed by Wardle forward, helped on by Barragan, and Scarisbrick's hit forward is blocked, and Marine will have a throw in halfway inside their own half. Smith plays it back with a throw towards Wardle into the feet of Lewis Earle, who's got pressure on, and look like Wardle will play this one forward towards Scarisbrick, who gets flicked on nicely. Here's Solomon coming away with it now. Heavy challenge in there by Captain Macaulay Wilson. It'll just be a throw in for Marine. He had to tie that one to perfection, Wilson, and did do perfectly. And Marine with the throw in now is Smith. To the feet of Curran, looking to hold the ball up, and he holds it well, but the ball just escapes his feet. Earle's putting a challenge in on Scarborough, but Royals runs out for a Marine throw in again. There's Barragan, challenged by Robbins for another throw in for Smith to take. Smith just edging his way forward and plays it down the line, headed forward by Sinclair and up forward again. I think the referee match play advantage after a Marine foul. Now he comes back for the free kick. I think it was Lewis Earle. A little bit too physical on Joe Robbins there.
I think Earle's had a good start to the game. He's receiving the ball off the centre backs. He's not afraid to get the ball off them in tight areas where he's facing his own goal, playing it out to the full backs from there. So I think he's been quite good so far. Looks quite sharp on the ball. That far, he's gone for the ball there. It's not so much on it.
Free kick taken quickly once more, and the ball with Nathan Pond under a little bit of pressure by Solomon, but it's eventually cleared forward by Hutchinson now. Charlie just gets a little bit ahead of his ball, and it's going to be hit forward now by Jordan Lussey in the right back position today, and the ball runs through now to Scarisbrick. Scarisbrick with a time to pick his cross, keeps going with the ball, Scarisbrick, and cuts it back towards Harris, and it's just slightly behind the midfielder, but Scarisbrick wins it back, and he hits it think his man, Scarisbrick, he's still got the ball and he hits the deck, shouts for a free kick waved away by the referee, but Marine's still looking to put the pressure on it. With Bamber Bridge in their own half. It's one back now with Scarisbrick again. It's just a little bit too much that time and it'll be a Bamber Bridge throw-in.
Scarisbrick looking as lively as he did last Saturday, getting down that right hand side, causing problems. You would think maybe he could have whipped the ball in first time towards Sol, but he maybe just wasn't far enough into the box for him to play that pass. He did well though, unfortunately the passing was just behind both Harris and Curran. But Curran again looking lively, being involved, let smart forward by letting the ball run through his legs. So I think it's been a good start for Marine so far.
Yeah, it could be the way to unlock this Bamber Bridge defence this afternoon. Catching them with the ball around in their own area. But it's the visitors who are coming forward now with Robbins. Robbins not too sure what he was looking for with the pass as it just runs into the hands of Passon. Passon will roll this one out to Wardle under a little bit of pressure. My man in yellow. He checks back and plays it back to his goalkeeper. Passon with a bit of a heavy touch. Actually gets the ball clear and it's headed forward by Thompson. Brought down towards Pond with the ball now. He goes back to his number one, Hutchinson. Hutchinson plays it out to Skinner. He comes inside, past Harris and challenged by Scarisbrick. Now it is Curran. Curran looking for Scarisbrick in behind, but I think maybe the number 9 could have possibly had a shot on goal himself there. Tried to play his teammate and it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, I think he's probably been a bit too selfless there. Been a bit more selfish.
Skinner plays it down the line and Lucy's putting the pressure on it. It's one back by Harris. Harris towards Curran. He's certainly using his upper strength to keep the ball under tabs, but I think the ball's just gone out of play there for a throw for the visitors. Around 13 minutes of play, still Marine 0, Bamber Bridge 0 in this Northern Premier League fixture this afternoon. Throw in the hands of Aaron Skinner down the line. Up forward by Doyle. Ball in the air and won by Barrigan. Here's Solomon. Nice flick onto Scarisbrick, who's certainly getting involved in this game, and he's been body checked by Nathan Pond. Would have thought the referee might have given a foul for Marine there, but he plays on. Number 10, Joe Robbins, coming away with it now. Thompson hooks it down the line, looking for his forward player, but Waller wins the header and ball finds James Barrigan. Barrigan's pass wasn't the greatest, but he's still with the ball. We're heading back towards our own goal as Passon's going to have to clear that one. It's a really poor clearance, and luckily Lewis Earle was there to hook it forward. And the ball will run all the way to Hutchinson, who has the ball in his hands and will assess his options. I don't think he wants to go long too many times in this game, Hutchinson, with the wind playing effect, but he does this time. And it's flicked on and run in there by I'm a Bridge player, but Charlie Doyle intercepts and Marine come forward with the ball now. Lucy, a bit of space to drive into for the first time in this game. Looking for Harris. Harris under a bit of pressure. The referee is warning Marine a throw-in. Lucy into the feet of Solomon. Solomon's got Pond on his back, but he plays it back to Harris, who loses out cheaply there. And now the visitors have come forward with Thompson. Thompson checks back and plays in Robbins. Robbins hooks forward looking for, that's Churchman on that far side, well in by Smith. The ball deflects out for a Marine throw-in.
Yeah, you wonder in that situation where Solomon receives the ball on the half turn, could he have turned the other way, moved the ball out to the left hand side instead of going back in towards where the throw-in was taken?
The wind wasn't playing enough effect in the game. Started a few showers already for the players to enjoy as Marine come away with it with Jordan Lucy. Lucy with space to play Harris, and he does. Harris with it now. Harris not really had a running game in this Marine team. Just found himself back in the start 11. possibly due to the amount of suspensions and injuries the Mariners have. But Scarisbrick coming forward now. Edges into the box, Scarisbrick, and plays the ball in, and it's deflected all the way to Harris! 1-0 Marine! Just talking about Callum Harris, and he's got onto the end of Scarisbrick's crossing, and it's a brilliant finish and really well found that bottom corner. Goalkeeper Luke Hutchinson could only stand there and watch as the ball nestled into the bottom corner, and Marine are 1-0 up here.
Yeah, brilliant from Harris, just lurking in the box. Good just awareness to recognise that it is forwards and made the run into the box, towards the goalkeeper. Just sat off, got obviously a bit of a lucky deflection from the cross, but it's a great finish when it comes to him. It's very easy, almost sort of half volleys to slice at it, but he kept his head over the ball, low into the bottom corner. 1-0 Marine.
Yeah, a fortunate deflection did play its part, as it fell to Harris, but he had to be there in the right place at the right time. Brilliant finish. Took it first time. That'll certainly lift the confidence of those Marine players who had their first jittery run of the season. But 1-0 up inside 15 minutes at the MTA here. They come away with it again. Solomon is challenged well, brilliant challenge. And Scarisbrick now, who's been star of the show so far for Marine, has come forward again with it. Scarisbrick skips past Pond. I think Macaulay Wilson will get a challenge in, and he does tackle it off. Scarisbrick, certainly one of those no-nonsense defenders, Macaulay Wilson, who's done his job again for Bamber Bridge. Andy Scarisbrick starting in that number 10 role, but drifting left and right of that Bamber Bridge back lines, certainly causing them some problems. A goal kick by Hutchinson will go all the way out to the sidelines for a Marine throw, and Smith goes quickly with him. Solomon now will come with it. He's got Thompson on his back, and it's a little back heel by Solomon. Finds Smith, keeps it in play, and a soft challenge on Sheldon Green. The referee's awarded a free kick. I mean, there's too much wrong that Sean Smith did there, but it was an easy one for the referee to give with the man in his own half. Hutchinson hits this one long and almost gone behind him. As he's kicked it forward, it's almost gone backwards, and the ball's gone out for another Marine throw-in. A bit more deeper inside the Bamber Bridge half this time. Smith will take towards Curran. Curran holds the ball up well, as he has done so far. Plays into the feet of Barragan. Barragan tries to keep it alive, but too many yellow shirts around him and loses out. And the ball hooked forward by Churchman now, and the wind again, giving Aaron Skinner no chance with that one. And Marine will have another throw-in.
Yeah, you can tell it's really affecting this game, the wind. And Bamber Bridge started wanting to play along the floor, and I think that is the way to go, but I think Marine have done well to force him away from that option. Had to go a bit more aerial, go long, and that's brought the wind more into play, and they're struggling to get out of the half now. Yeah,
they are pinned against their own penalty box here, Bamber Bridge, and Lucy's long throw will cause some more problems here. It's headed away by Skinner, but Scarisbrick shoots and it's deflected. I think Solomon was the man who got the deflection that fired it the opposite way. It's gone out for a Bamber Bridge goal kick. Similar effort to the goal Callum Harris there by Scarisbrick. Hit it on the volley first time, looking for that bottom right corner. Solomon just couldn't get out of the way quick enough. And Bamber Bridge will have a goal kick. Hutchinson clearly wants to play it short again, and he gets an opportunity this time as he plays it to his captain, Macaulay Wilson. And now Churchman under a bit of pressure as the white shirts swarm the yellows, but they've come away with it this time with Robbins. Back to Skinner. Bamber Bridge just trying to build a spell of possession here on the back of that Marine goal inside 15 minutes. But it's been up forward now, looking for Scarborough, running there by Charlie Doyle, and hooked forward by Wardle. And now Macaulay Wilson running against his own goal. He's got Curran on his back, and he does really well, the centre half. There's a lot of pressure. Heads it back to his goalie keeper, but Marine keeping on that pressure. Bamber Bridge still trying to play the ball along the floor in their own half. Skinner does well this time. Skips past Harris. Challenging there by Harris. It's a good challenge. And Marine will come away with it now as Barragan hits the deck. Nothing given again. And now it's time for Matthew Thompson to come forward on that right hand side. Barragan comes across. It's played into the feet of Scarborough. Scarborough's challenged by Wardle and Marine with the ball again. Either side having too much spells of possession as Marine give it away again. Cheaply that time by Lucy. Bamber Bridge forced back to Luke Hutchinson once more.
I think Lewis Elson really well in the centre of Parker just to break up the play and win back possession for us on a number of occasions now. He doesn't look to be the wisest of heads from a distance, to be quite a young lad. But he's sitting in there and he's causing real problems for Bamber Bridge.
Yeah, if you're unaware of the team news this afternoon, Marine's two new signings, Lewis Earle and striker Craig Curran, both in the starting 11. They both added something a little bit different in this opening 20 or so minutes as the Mariners lead 1-0. Callum Harris the scorer. Hutchinson looking to go long this time. Dinks it forward looking for Scarborough. Wall's going to challenge in there but loses out. Sean Smith's there to help his captain out. Bamber Bridge still with the ball and free kick awarded. It was challenged by Scarisbrick on Scarborough. Bamber Bridge for a free kick just inside the Marine half. Plays it short with Finley Sinclair Smith. Little ball in towards is Robbins making the run in behind. It's a good challenge in there I think by Charlie Doyle. Bamber Bridge still with the ball now, looking to build an attack. Trouble Bailey pass it for the first time this game. Nice link up play there by Sinclair. The ball forward looking for Scarborough. He puts the cross in and it's past Bailey Passon. But he's lucky that his fullback Jordan Lucy was there to clear the danger on that occasion.
Yeah, it's the first time in a while that Bamber Bridge have put together some nice passing and kept the ball for a while. Just short shifting. Eventually found Scarborough on the right hand side. Thunderous ball that whizzed past Bailey Passant. Luckily, as you said, Lucy was there to clear things up and it's gone out for a corner, but it's encouraging sides of Bamber Bridge and signs from Marine. They just need to keep their shape a bit more.
Corner's taken short and now it will come to Sinclair. Sinclair has time to put it across, but it's not the best cross. Lucy heads it back, but Bamber Bridge still with the ball now. Sinclair Smith this time to dink a ball in. Good header away by Charlie Doyle. Helped on by Scarisbrick. And the ball played out by Bamber Bridge. Couldn't find a yellow shirt on that occasion and Marine have a time for a breather. A throw in on that far side. 1-0 here. 25 minutes played in this first half. Callum Harris back in the side. Within the goals for the Mariners as Sol Solomon is brought down to the deck by Matthew Thompson. And a free kick awarded to Marine around about the halfway line. James Barragan is over the ball here. I think he's thinking he can play it long, but instead cuts it back to Wardle. And now Smith back to his captain and towards Charlie Doyle, who kicks it forward, and a lovely ball towards Curran, who tries to chest it to Callum Harris. The ball runs out of play and I wasn't too sure which way to give that, but he's given it in favour of the visitors. But he's certainly a focal point. Craig Curran, experience in Scotland and Ireland and finally in Wales at Airbus UK before the Mariners snapped him up on a season-long loan.
He's looked good so far. Just being a smart number 9, and that's what we really need to partner Sol up front.
It's the conditions here. I've seen better in my time at the Marine Travel Arena. I feel for the players out there and even more for those on the bench. As Macaulay Wilson's running back towards his own goal, he's forced back to Hutchinson, who does well. to avoid the danger. Pond now with a loose ball, countered by Barrigan, but loses out to Isaac Sinclair, and Bamber Bridge can come forward here. Lewis Earl there to break up the play and stop that counter from happening. He's charging down danger again. It's good play by Bamber Bridge, and lovely football into play there as the ball runs down for Sheldon Green. He can put a cross in, and he does. And it's found its way to the back post, and it's the shot comes in, and it's hit Harry Scarborough on the way. And I think that shot might have been going wide, but the deflection by Scarborough didn't help Bamber Bridge in any way, and it runs kindly for Bailey Passon, who looked to be in a bit of bother there.
I think if anything, Scarborough's deflected it towards goal. I mean, we don't have a great position in terms of offsides, but it looks like he might have been in an offside position. But he just took all the thing out the shot and just dribbled to Bailey in the end. But again, more good play down the right-hand side from Bamber Bridge, just putting together some nice football, playing in triangles and opening up in the Marine defence.
Lucy into the feet of Craig Curran, who turns and plays a nice ball down the line for Scarisbrick, who is a judge offside to his frustration. And Scarisbrick's certainly been the one to light up this game, despite its grey clouds. And the ball at the feet of Luke Hutchinson for this free kick. And the ball looking for that one over the top. He's taking his time. Bridge goalkeeper. He plays it short to Pond, who's under a lot of pressure. Not too sure about that decision making, but they still have the ball with Skinner now. Under pressure from Harris. Falls back to his captain Wilson, who hooks it forward, but Barrigan's in there, and it's done really well. Jay Robbins has come away with the ball now, and Bamber Bridge have a fair few yellow shirts forward here. Can he find the right pass? Ball out to Thompson now. Thompson eyeing up a cross, and he does fire one towards the back post, towards Sinclair Smith, and it's headed back into the box, Earl away. And the ball goes all the way to Curran, who just keeps the ball for Marine, despite it going all the way back to Passon. Forward. Bamber Bridge come away with it once more. Robbins. Forward towards Scarborough, who hits the deck. Scarborough, he looked to have a couple of Marine shirts surrounding him. Referee not interested. The Marine hook it forward with Lucy again, who's Solomon that time, clearly shoved to the floor by Nathan Pond. Referee not interested again.
I mean, Solomon done really well to get there had he have not been pushed over by Pond, but you can't do that even if the player's going to get there or not. And for the penalty, I think it's probably just one of the ones 50-50 where they're both hold to each other. It's tough for the referee to give those ones when they're both grabbing at each other.
Well, I think what it tells both sets of players is that you can't hit the floor for no reason this afternoon as Pond goes flying in. As Curran looked to a break by a loose Bamber Bridge pass. I think he did just time that one rightly. Bamber Bridge come away with it now with Scarborough trying to get involved in the game. Robbins, who has been involved in the game, he's worked out every Bamber Bridge attack so far. He's found his fullback Skinner, who comes inside and fires a cross in, but only into the hands of Passon, who will just take his time as Marine. A little bit of spell of pressure here by the visitors.
Yeah, they're starting to show the quality a bit more, and you can tell why they're higher up in the league, because they can put these really nice passages of play together, but they haven't really had that killer edge to them so far.
The ball runs out for Marine thrown as we approach half an hour mark in this game. Still Marine 1, Bamber Bridge 0, thanks to Calamaris' strike after a quarter of an hour. The referee just telling Jordan Lucy to get a move on with this throw as he looks to play down the line, looking for Curran, who certainly having a tussle there with Aaron Skinner. The ball comes off Skinner, and Lucy, instead of going down the line, will lump this one into the box. Just waiting for the centre half partners to enter the Bamber 6-yard area. And Lucy will get this thrown into the box. And it's running there and cleared by Sheldon Green. Referee's given a foul on the way, Bamber Bridge there. Not too sure there's much contact on Sheldon Green, who cleared the ball.
I think if that's the other way around, Scarisbrick's the one who's gone down there. He's never given out a penalty. But because it's the defender, they're going to get those decisions. And to be fair, it's not just a Bamber Bridge thing, it's just how referees do it for some reason.
Forward ball now to Skinner under 3 rat shirts around him. He still keeps the ball for the visitors as Pond now. It's time to move the ball forward. Scarisbrick putting some pressure on Earl with a great challenge in there. As Marine can come away with it now with Solomon. Solomon's time to shoot and he fires a low shot. It was always escaping that far post, or near post I should say, but there's a new man, Lewis Hill, with a great challenge in. 25 yards out from the Bamber Bridge goal. That's what caused Sol Solomon to have the time to have a shot just on the edge of the box.
Yeah, he did really well. He did really well, did Lewis Hill, to win the ball back. And as soon as Solomon got it, I don't think he even thought about laying off to Scarisbrick. He probably could, would have been a bit of a tight angle for Scarisbrick to get a shot off. I don't mind Sol taking that on though. He's got that quality and he's able to put it in inside the post.
Scarborough now coming forward, brought to the floor by Earl. We knew what he's doing on that occasion, just stopping the counter attacks again. He's certainly done his job in that midfield three, sitting a little bit deeper to Barragan and Harris, and with a naughty challenge that time by James Barragan. And it's Matty Thompson just found his feet, and a few words with Alex Doyle on the Marine bench as he gets back to his feet. And it will be a free kick to Bamber Bridge just inside Marine's half. We've gone short on most set plays so far, but looks like Nathan Pond will make his way forward. So look to go a bit longer for this one. Not too sure what the delay is in the game. Well, that's what the delay is in the game. Sandy Scarisbrick picking up the game's first yellow card. Not too sure what that one was for. Maybe something he said to the official. Is it what? But he does find himself caution as the free kick's taken, and Pond with lovely control just escapes it. And it's a shot fired in on the edge of the box. I think it was Joe Robbins fired a shot in low to Bailey Passon, but I think the Marine goalkeeper was always comfortable with that one. But certainly Bamber Bridge aren't out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. As Passon's long ball runs all the way out for a goal, his opposite goalkeeper. I think neither side can be particularly happy. Bamber Bridge have probably played the better stuff on the floor, but found themselves a goal down. Marine yet to have too many spells patterns in play, but that's Sol Solomon chance. He finds the back of the net and be 2-0 up. Be half a nil young to find too many criticisms of his side. There's Matty Thompson now forward to Robbins, who loses out to Earl again. Scarisbrick going forward, and Barragan's there on the overlap. Barragan's crossing, looking for Solomon, and Solomon hits the deck, and it's a Marine penalty. Crossing from James Barragan finds Solomon, I think, challenged by Nathan Pond, and he was late to the ball, and the referee had no doubts in his mind, but to a point Marine a spot kick.
Yeah, Solomon's just done well to get in front of his man there to win the penalty. He wasn't, I think, you can't really blame Pond for going for the ball there. There's nothing much in it. He's trying to clear the ball, but Solomon's just done well to get to his man before he could get there.
Well, after the penalty we conceded last weekend, I think we'll be taking anything to this point. James Barragan, the man who scored 2 spot kicks in a 5-0 win against Liversedge here. a while back now. Has the ball in his hands. And I think Macaulay Wilson just trying to play a few disruptancies on proceedings. It is Barragan now to double Marines lead. And this will give Neil Young's side a great advantage heading into half time. It's Barragan who steps up and he fires the ball past Luke Hutchinson and fires Marine into a 2-goal lead here.
Great penalty from Barragan, send the keeper the wrong way. And that's all you ask for Marine today, for just to put your foot through it, get it on target, make the keeper work, and send it the wrong way. James Barragan, penalty.
My kind of penalty that, just put your foot through it. And he's sent Hutchinson the wrong way. Marine in a great position here to take all 3 points against the side in and amongst the player positions. So it is Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 0. Wouldn't say Marine have had all the play and have looked the most dangerous out of the two sides, but the scoreline is all that matters in games like this, in tight games. I think that's all Neil Young will be thinking about right now. As game gets back underway here. Bamber Bridge coming forward now with Scarborough into defeated Sinclair. Cuts it back and his pass is behind the fullback Aaron Skinner. Jordan Lussey will take his time, I'm sure, when throwing inside of his own half. And Lussey looking down the line here. There's over around 7 or 8 minutes left of this first half. If we get into that half time at 2-0, sorry. I'm sure there'll be some happy Mariners around the ground. Now here's Skinner. Loses it to Curran. Curran hits the deck and that's an easy free kick for the referee to give there. Well, he hasn't added goals for himself, Craig Curran, but his team have fired 2 inside 36 minutes. Callum Harris and James Barragan from the penalty spot. Lussey with a free kick on the halfway line. Josh Wardle's come forward for this one and I think he'll look to pick out his captain, but it's flicked on by Sheldon Green. A Marine throw in deep inside Bamber Bridge half.
Even though Curran's not, on the score sheet or hasn't got a, clear assist, he's been so effective in just, giving that a bit of being that wise head that we needed up front just to, create opportunities where there maybe wasn't one.
Well, Bamber Bridge looking to counter with Sinclair Smith gliding through. Number of white shirts playing the ball forward looking for Scarborough. Charlie Doyle will have no problem playing that back to Passon. And the goalkeeper clears forward looking for Curran. Just flick on looking for Solomon, just fades the striker. And I think just having that option of an experienced head. I mean, we've had Keelan Adams, it's Hayden Campbell, Mo Toure, Solomon, they're all youngsters looking to break through. I think just having that wise head, that experience at the top end of the pitch could help his teammates out. But at the other end is Scarborough coming forward now. He's still running at Charlie Doyle, but the challenge in there by Lewis Earley's had a very impressive first half so far. Another good challenge in there. Exactly. And the ball's going to run all the way to Curran now. And Curran putting the pressure on Hutchinson, who wasn't able to pick the ball up. He plays the ball straight out of play for a throw-in.
Exactly, and in contrast to Curran, you've got that young lad in the centre of the pitch, Lewis Earle, who's followed Scarborough all the way back there to make the challenge. He won the ball off him, ball gets played up to Curran, forces the keeper to come out to clear out for a throw-in. All of a sudden, just because of one chance from Earle, we're up the other end of the pitch. He's been brilliant so far.
Absolutely. And there will be another Jordan Lussey throw-in on that far touchline. He goes short this time for Harris. Plays it back to Lussey and Lucy gets a cross in, straight to Sinclair, who brings it down and dinks one forward. Sean Smith will mop up at the back for the Mariners. And Passon will dump this one forward. And the ball goes straight out for another Marine throw-in inside their own half this time. I think it's all about a bit of game management here, making sure there's no goals conceded on the end of the first half like there was in that Warrington Rylands game, and that possibly steered the game out of Marine's favour. Coming forward now is Churchland, playing the ball forward looking for Sinclair Smith. Charlie Doyle does just enough to brush aside Sinclair Smith that time. He's done a fine job, as you would expect, in a less natural position, Charlie Doyle. Just a few minutes left of the first half. Still remains Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 0. Harris and Barrigan on the score sheet. As Passon's hoping to get this free kick underway without the ball running away from him, with the big heaps of wind coming to him. But he does chip this one forward looking for Curran. Ball misses the centre forward and runs all the way out for a goal kick.
If you're Bamber Bridge here going in at half time, I think you need just to change something up front. You look at the players they've got up front. Apart from Scarver, really, they don't have much size. They've got a lot of technical players, which on a pitch like this usually works out well. But on a day like today, you just sort of need those scrappers, those battlers, who are going to win you those second balls, great chances out of very little. I'm not particularly aware of who they've got on the bench.
Well, here is Scarisbrick with a shot, and it's blocked out from Marine corner. Curran wanted it, but Scarisbrick took it himself, and Marine have it might be their first corner of the game. I think one thing you would say about the visitors is the wind has been against them in this first half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we react to that in the second half, how Bailey goes about things.
Barrigan is over this corner, hoping to try a third from Marine before the interval. Kicks his corner in, looking to the back post, and Pond heads it away, and Wardle hits the deck, and he's wanting another penalty. The referee's paying no attention as Curran chips this one in, headed by Wardle with a shot, and it's blocked, and it's Harris looking to come in again, defended again, but Barrigan chipping this one in towards Doyle, and Hutchinson gets hold of that one, but Josh Wardle, after complaining for a penalty kick, ball finds the feet of him, and he finds a decent shot that's well blocked in the end by Bamber Bridge.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect our skipper to have a touch on a first-time shot like that. Really good play to bring it down, compose himself, take the shot. Unfortunately, he did go straight at the keeper, but he did react quickly to save. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a shot off after that.
So just a minute or so left of this first half. We're looking to go in 2 up at the break. I'm sure we'll see a happier Neil Young at half time, as his side have just edged it in this opening 45, as the Mariners win another throw in just inside the visiting half. And now Wardle comes away with the ball for the Mariners. The referee just taking a glance at his watch. He's passing, dinks this one forward, and oof, heavy challenge on Scarisbrick, and that's took the wind out of him by Macaulay Wilson. He's back to his feet. And we'll see. Just taking his time on this one.
Yeah, smart play. I saw Curran there, just gesture to Lucy. Take your time with this one, there's no rush for us to get play going straight away, and that's a bit more, another example of that good experience that he's bringing to this relatively young team.
Chip ball by Smith, looking for Solomon, and it's hooked the wrong direction by Thompson, but he's lucky his keeper's there to take control. Hutchinson rolls the ball out and lobs one forward. The referee yet to finish the first half off. As Waller wins the header and ball skids all the way back to Hutchinson again. Skinner coming forward, well won in there by Harris. Harris just can't get past his man, Sinclair. And Scarborough coming forward now. Sinclair with the ball. Thinks one looking for the full-back Green. As the referee has awarded 2 additional minutes of this first half. Possibly due to the time taken for the penalty kick to go. Marine just holding their own here as Robbins comes away. Challenged by Harris, but Robbins still with it now. And played it out to Skinner, who's got some space. Lucy comes across, but Spinner comes inside and he skips past Lucy with ease, and a cross comes in. I think it's hit Lewis Hill there and ran out for a late corner in this first half of Bamber Bridge.
More good play from the young lad there, just to get across, block the cross before it could even reach one of the Bamber Bridge players. And he's just got good awareness for someone of his, age and experience. His awareness for someone in the position is second to none on this pitch.
Corner swung in by Bamber Bridge. Ball skids and falls to Green, I think that was, and a superb block by Adley Scarisbrick, who's been absolutely magnificent in his first half. It could prove to be a big block for his side. Right on the edge of half time. He's done his work both defensively and going forward. As Bamber Bridge now with a switcher play, looking for Skinner again. Certainly targeting that right back position. Jordan Lussey filling in today, in the absence of Josh Solomon Davis. Marine just battling in there to get the ball away, and a heavy challenge by Barrigan. Probably the easy decision the referees had to make in this first half, with a free kick there. I think he'll be lucky to escape a card here, Barrigan. It's not been his first challenge of the game. He's not shy of finding himself with a caution. But not this time, as the referee just wants to get the game on. As Sinclair Smith stands over the ball for the visitors. Free kick comes in, headed away by Earl. And that is the half-time whistle. As Marine leads 2-0 at the break. Goals from Callum Harris on 15 minutes. And a penalty won by Sol Solomon, converted by James Barrigan. And Marine leads 2-0 at the break. You can join us in 15 minutes for the second half. What do you think of that, mate? Yeah, you need some of these, mate. Earl, he's been good, hasn't he? Yeah. Been good, yeah. I don't think we played great, though. But I don't think he can play great with the conditions out there.
I think we need to hold down the second half. They're going to have to win.
Yeah.
Could it be a bit more reverse?
Apart from, I think they'll put, that pond, I reckon they'll put him up top and they'll play some, because that's what they did at their ground. Because they got, like you say, they got the wind, haven't they? Bloody hell. Yeah, Solomon was unlucky, wasn't he? Huh? I don't know. I think it probably was. It probably just was. It looked like he got the ball first and the guy went to clear and he kicked him. I don't know. Huh? Who's that? Oh, has he?
That's happening. I think Baz in Scarisbrick wanted to take it.
Did he? Scarisbrick.
Yeah, he wanted it. There's a list in there. Bars is top. Bars is top. No, he played in the conference.
Who?
Ackland. Not only that. Fucking FC United in the night. Everton are 1-0 up. You don't think they'll go down? Oh, yeah.
As soon as I saw Nathan Jones.
I knew he was going to up one day. Well, thank our sponsors this afternoon. So our match sponsors, Carlsberg Marston. Our man of the match sponsors, the Care Trust. And our match ball sponsors, Paul Eustace and Barry Godfrey. Thank you all very much for your support.
Sean? Huh? What you made of the game?
Just a reminder, ladies and gents, our next team fixture here at the MTA.
Oh, we've been better. We got the win. But I like Craig Kern, great player.
And January, from the entertained Stafford
Yeah.
Rangers
Yeah.
in a rearranged NPL Premier game. That's Tuesday the 24th of Jan in a 7:45 PM kickoff against Stafford.
Is that stuff game here?
Yeah.
We should be beating Newcastle though. Only one goal.
So as soon as Nathan Jones starts out, they're basically saying we're going down.
See what Guardiola came out with? Tom, see what Guardiola came out with?
What's up?
Guardiola came out after the game and said, I don't care about the Premier League and the Cup World Cup, we cannot win. It doesn't matter. We've won a lot already, it's time for another club to win.
Yeah, it's probably Russian born after the game, man. He's definitely feud.
Huh?
He's definitely feud.
Oh yeah. He's one of them though, isn't he? He fumes a lot. Clark's a bit like that as well.
It's because they're used to winning, so when you don't win, it's like,
Yeah.
it can't be your fault.
I was fuming last week. I was having me and their fans were going at it.
You what, who?
Me and their fans were going at it last week.
Self-shields?
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking
after the penalty?
after the penalty, yeah. Baz put in a great tackle. The referee blew it. He was shite the whole game. And then Neil and Alan were fucking going at the line on. And your man goes, just because you're losing. I was like, shut up. That was not fucking free. I said, it's not free. And he started going to me, oh yeah, it was like, just because you're losing. I was like, it wasn't free, man. Obviously, it was a good tackle. I was like, you're turning off watch football.
I wait for the game
And then
where it kicks off and you some.
he kept going at me, and I turned around and go, all that money and you still didn't go up last season. They all went fuming then, they all started shouting at me like 10 of them. Because he goes, I said that, and then he goes, what? And I said it again.
Touch the nerve.
Yeah, fuck touch the nerve. We're just dickheads.
Last week, I was walking around the pitch with just behind Johnny Spittle and Motor, and Spittle was like trying to get a coke for free off like some
Further reminder, ladies and gents, that next week you travel to Gainsborough Trinity for the old Premier game.
and he turned around to me and
We are running a supporters code
you know,
for
we
the
get a coke
fixture.
here, and I was like,
Coach will depart
and he's like,
here
do
at
you
the
not work here? I was
NPO
like, no,
at
working here.
11 a.m. next Saturday
He
morning.
thought I worked for
Fancy making the trip to Gainsborough for next week's game.
Me and Neil got lost last week because the bus was parked in a weird place. We had a lost it, right?
Find on our website,
Mail's down. So me and Neil got lost because I
for
was on the
various
bus with him.
social media channels.
Had a good chat with him actually. He was on about
Fancy making the
your
trip
man gets paid $3,000 a week, you know.
Who gets paid for it?
Kevin Phillips.
Oh yeah, that surprised me.
And he was like, oh yeah, this shit and all that, like $3,000 a week, and then like all the players on mad money, like it's, they're like they should be good when they run the way the league and all, like, you know what I mean? Which is fair point. They should be. Mo Salah song, Ralph. Ralph, I didn't know you were a Red. Ralph, I didn't know you were a Red. I didn't know you were a Liverpool fan. Mo Salah song.
Sure. Did you go for 3-1 as usual?
Huh?
Did you go for 3-1?
Yeah. To be honest, I was thinking of 2-0 this morning.
Well, we won last week as well. He's having catching the top last 2 games.
I would have went for a win, like, but probably a 2-0 win, not a 3-1. I was feeling confident at the back this week.
Just gone half time 2-0. Full time.
That's what I woke up this morning and said, though. I go with what I wake up in the morning and say. I generally do. It's usually 3-1 though.
If you said something like American penalty embarrassing.
Yeah, I said that as well. I said Barnigan was scoring a penalty, Harris was scoring by the box. Bottom corner. Seems like this.
I think I'm pretty good.
And the celebration. I was married now, I was staying in. We used to do that at home, mate. You look at the window out there, right? Fucking freezing out there, we'll let them be here. Oh, it's so cold.
between you and the bird, is it? Oh, maybe it's always given fist bump to some friends. You've got the team, man. Let's see in a couple of years, I'll be breaking in this first. That's all, isn't it? On the stage. I think this is actually blind. See these new things here? Maybe. That's pretty good. Here we go. First I'd be waiting for the referee to come in. The referee go first. Absolutely. Yeah, where's the hotel? I haven't seen the hotel today. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the second half here at the Marine Travel Arena. Marine coming into the second half, 2 goals to the good. Thanks to Calamaris after 15 minutes, and James Barragan converted from the penalty spot. Marine are making a change at the break. Lucas Weir is the man to come on for James Barragan. Adam, what do you make of that change there?
You'd imagine it's maybe a precautionary one. I don't think Barragan was doing particularly bad. I don't think it's tactical. And it'll be interesting to see what Weir does, because he's a bit of a different player to Barragan. Barragan's a bit more gritty. Weir's more of a tactical midfielder. I think it's unfortunately potentially another injury. We didn't see anything though when he was playing. Maybe he just went into the change room, started cramping up or whatever. But yeah.
Well, the second half is back underway as Charles Liddell makes a no-nonsense clearance all the way out before Bamber is thrown. Does look like there's a like-for-like change for Barragan in that central midfield role. Already a bit of an injury list building up for Marine. You hope James Barragan hasn't just added himself to that, as the team in the full yellow strip this afternoon come forward with the ball, just looking for Skinner, headed well out by Lussey, and playing as a right back this afternoon. And now is Sinclair challenged by Solomon. The ball's gone out for the Bamber Bridge thrown. Taken short to Scarborough, challenged there by Earl. And a switch of play looking for Sheldon Green. As I mentioned earlier, the Mariners had the wind in their favour in the first half, which is certainly a big benefit and certainly a big challenge to overcome in the second.
It'll be something that Bailey's got to work out early in the game. Obviously, he'll have played in conditions like these before, but switching from having the wind behind you to having it right in your face will be a big challenge for him.
Ball forward, it's been blocked, but Charlie Dill will sweep up and kick it out Off play for another Bamber Bridge throw in. Aaron Skinner trying to take quickly and goes short to Sinclair now. Comes inside, he's got pressure by Harris. Macaulay Wilson into the feet of Sinclair Smith now, who wriggles from the challenger. Scarris Brick, and the ball's played swiftly out to the opposite side of Green. Green taking on Smith. Smith standing his ground and forces the fullback back. On still with the ball, and Marine bodies sworn their own box, and the shot comes in by Isaac Sinclair. A wild effort in the end, flying high over belly passing spot. It gives me time to just go over the Marine lineup in the second half. It is Passant in goal. Number 2 is Jordan Lussey. 3 Sean Smith. 4 Lewis Earl. 5 the captain Joshua Wardle. 6 Charlie Doyle. And 7 James Barrigan has been taken off at the break for 14 Lucas Weir. 8 Callum Harris. 9 Craig Curran. 10 Sol Solomon. And 11 is Andy Scarisbrick. Joshua Wardle coming forward now for Marine. Intercepting play. His ball towards Curran isn't the best, and it's cut out. Bamber Bridge will look to answer on that error with Sinclair. A lot of yellow bodies in close proximity, and he's forced back to Pond. Turn now by Churchman. The pass is deflected out into feet of Bailey Passon. Passon will pick this one up and take his time in figuring out the next move. Certainly some tricky conditions out there for the players, as Passon's just found out. As he slips with the kick. And gives Bamber Bridge another chance to come forward here with Scarborough. But they have a chance to build forward. They've been forced back with Captain Wilson on the ball now. Pond out wide to Green. Pond again, forced back to his goalkeeper Luke Hutchinson. Certainly no rush to build attacks. Bamber Bridge playing football the way they've been told, but that time they lose the ball with Callum Harrison's really poor giveaway by the goal scorer in the first half. Pond again for Bamber Bridge. Sinclair skips past Lucas Weir, who's replaced James Barrigan at the break. And not forward. It's come out of play for a throw-in. Bamber Bridge coming forward again now with Green. Pushed back into his own half by Sean Smith. Despite having a lot of the ball in the start of the second half, not been able to break this Marine defence down, as Charlie Dill's attempted tackle has gone through to Sinclair Smith, who can put a cross in now. There's the near post, and it's well saved by Passon. It was Harry Scarborough coming in at the near post for Bamber Bridge, and Passon had to stand tall there, firm palm away. The visitors are still coming forward here. Harris's interception won't do enough as Sinclair with the ball. Good interception by Scarisbrick as Marine clear their lines, but the visitors still with possession. Macaulay Wilson, a bit of a heavy pass to him, don't want to keep it in. Chip forward to Scarborough. First real chance of the game that for Bamber Bridge. Sinclair Smith now challenging with Wardle, and I think the last touch did come off Marine's captain and will be a Bamber Bridge corner.
Yeah, just to go back to that Bailey save, it's a great strong save. Reacted well. You could say Charlie Doyle maybe should have just seen it out instead of trying to clear out for a throw in, but I don't mind trying to take a bit of a risk to get it out there. Unfortunately, obviously led to the shot, but Bailey dealt with it well.
Corner lofted in, it's high and over everyone. Nathan Pond's not happy with his tussle with Josh Wardle, but will just be a Marine goal kick. First time Passant's been called into action in this game. But he had to deal with it there as a real dangerous move by the visitors, and it'll be interesting to see how Marine cope with that pressure in the second half.
Well, there's been a bit of a change in shape for us as well. Looks like Scarisbrick's playing a little bit deeper. Callum Harris is playing slightly further forward, more on a right wing role. And Curran's playing a lot less central. In fact, he's gone over to the left-hand side. A lot of the time he was operating down that right-hand side in the first half. So some changes there from Neil Young, maybe just to shore things up a bit. But we were doing well in the first half.
Well, the Scarsborough has caught out Earl there. Scarborough had a shot and it's in! Lewis Earl caught on the ball there, and I have to say, first real shot on goal after that attempt earlier, and I would have thought Paddy Passon probably could have done a little bit better there, the shot from outside the box, but it's a goal back for the visitors. Harry Scarborough has looked the most likely to score for Bamber Bridge, and he has done it. And suddenly, the mood has changed at the MTA, and Bamber Bridge are back in the tie.
Yeah, I think a little bit of naivety there from Earl on the ball, looking to control of his chest, just had it nicked off of him by Scarborough, who's got the ball at his feet, struck well. It's not gone into the corner necessarily, so Bailey looking back at him might be a bit annoyed at himself, but there were a few bodies in front of him, so he might have just seen it slightly late.
Yeah, there was bodies in front of the shot, but it certainly wasn't in the corner, the finish. Passon wasn't able to get a hand to it. From a neutral perspective, you probably have to say they deserved a goal, Bamber Bridge, in this second half, the way they've come out the blocks, and they're looking to dampen the mood even more here as they're coming forward again with Green. His pass is straight out of play for a Marine throw-in.
I think now we just need to settle down a bit, get some possession, some time on the ball, and build up a bit of confidence and keep them how we did in the first half in their own half. I know the wind is obviously against us in this second 45, but I think we still have the capabilities to be better than we have been.
Well, certainly looking at dangers at the two sides. The Skinner's played in Scarborough here, but it's a decent foot in by Wardle, and Bamber Bridge have another corner.
That's just a lack of communication there from two people playing in defence who aren't natural defenders, Lucy and Doyle. Both of them sort of half look at each other to go across to make a challenge to clear the ball.
Certainly
a bit nervy from us here.
Certainly looking at the likely of the two sides to score. The corner that swung in, is too much on it once more by Sinclair Smith. Not the first time he's put one of those deliveries in. And Bailey Passon just organising his back line as he takes his time. This goal kick. So if you're just rejoining us in the second half, coming up to the hour mark is Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 1. Goal ball back by Harry Scarborough in this second half. It's given visitors some belief. Goal kick forward by Passon is hanging up in the wind, and is really no one wants to bring it down from either side, and Wardle eventually takes out Harry Scarborough along with the ball over the roofs of the houses. It's a frustrated figure, the captain.
Yeah, that's just a frustrated challenge there. Smith getting beaten to the ball by his man down that side, and Wardle's just there to clear up. Good challenge, but a strong one definitely.
Bamber Bridge still with the ball. Marine pinned inside their own half so far. With Sinclair now coming inside. Scarsbrook with the challenge, and Solomon with the ball at his feet for the first time after the break. Plays Harris into all sorts of trouble. Is it Curran there? Scarborough now. Into the feet of Churchman. Out wide to Wilson. Looks to loft the ball, looking for the run of Sheldon Green. It was. It's headed clear for a Bamber Bridge throw-in. In line with the Marine 16-yard area. And just where Jordan Lussey was taking his deep throw-ins in the first 45. Looks like Matthew Thompson will be doing the same. As he's just leaning back on the back boards, and really not particularly what you could call a long throw, but it's found its way into the Marine box. Not much height on it at all. Thompson finds the ball back to his feet now, and Churchman into the feet of Sinclair Smith, who skips past his man, and it's a fantastic finish. It's 2-2. Sinclair Smith turned his man and fired a shot at the near post. Passon is beaten at his near post, but it was a fierce strike by Bamber Bridge's number 11, and Marine looking comfortable headed into the half time. Now 2-2 after 58 minutes.
Yeah, it's a good strike by the lad. He's turned well to get into the box. He's hit it well, but if you're barely passing, you can't be getting beat at your near post like that. And it's twice now that he's, potentially could have kept out both goals. I think the first one's maybe slightly harsh on him because he might have seen it late, but that second one, I was not expecting him to be beaten there.
Sinclair Smith is certainly a danger man from what we learned in the game at Bamber Bridge, and he's had a quiet afternoon until now. His first attempt at goal, cracking effort into the top corner. But Marine have just not looked the same. I mean, in the first half, they didn't look like world beaters, but they looked like a team that could survive another 45 minutes without conceding 2 goals, but that's not proved true it. And if anything, Bamber Bridge looked like the side that could go on to claim all 3 points. The throw-in now, scramble, and Marine can't get it clear, and they're still pinned across their own box, and Sinclair Smith again looking to feed into the Marine box, and it's hooked clear by Lussey, only out for a throw-in. Skinner takes it quickly, and Churchman blocked by Scarisbrick, who hits the deck, and a little discomfort as the rain comes pouring down, and Craig Curran will look to break for the Mariners now. Scarisbrick's back to his feet, but Curran's pass is a poor one and cut out by Nathan Pond. And Macaulay Wilson will come forward with this. He's flicked on by Scarborough. Lussey's helping for an offside flag, but one doesn't come up, and Sinclair Smith takes on a shot, and it's a goal! The linesman's flag never came up, the one that Jordan Lussey was expecting. And Sinclair Smith curls an effort into the same corner. He scored the first in, and it's 3-2.
That is absolutely shocking defending from Jordan Lussey. He's holding his hand up to looking at the lino, looking for a decision. When the ball's there to be won, get the ball, clear it. Worry about the lino later, that is shocking.
Wow, what a turnaround here. 15 minutes into the second half. Marine 2 up at the break. Well, found themselves 3-2 down. And Marina, Neil Young will react to that by taking off Lewis Hill for Alex Doyle. And also Callum Harris will be replaced by Motoro.
Number 8, Callum Harris. Number 16, Motoro.
So, clearly, as you can imagine, Neil Young reacting to conceding 3 goals in the space of 15 minutes. Bringing on Alex Doyle and Motore. And certainly a scoreline won't be expecting the way the first half went. Marine weren't in complete control, but you wouldn't expect the Bamber Bridge to score 3 in that short space of time. Not the Marine side that we saw in the earlier parts of the season. But they're looking to change that here with Lucas Weir coming forward, one inside a throw-in. Certainly sprung a few Bamber Bridge fans to life that made the journey here. And enjoying themselves now. And the ball is out for Bamber Bridge throw-in now. But Matthew Thompson will take his time for. Still with the ball at Thompson's hands, he eventually throws it down the line, headed in there by Smith. Alex Doyle with his first touch since coming onto the pitch. Wins the header and Scarisbrick gets the deck and Marine have a free kick on the halfway line. A bit of off the ball antics by Mo Toure. I don't think there's too much in that, but Bamber Bridge just relishing the opportunity of finding themselves ahead in this game. Taking the sting out of any sort of Marine forward play. Despite that, Mo Toure has found himself in the book for that off the ball incident. And it's a free kick after all the shenanigans have finished for Marine that South Solomon, is over. Very deep inside inside the Bamber Bridge half, There's free kick's taken and easily headed away by Bamber Bridge. Only as far as Lussey's pass back to Passon is a really poor one, and Passon does well to deal with it in the end. Throw now for Lussey. Brought down by Scarisbrick and Alex Doyle. Want to come away with it. Plays it back to Josh Wardle. His pass out to Smith is heavy, but Swift does well to keep it in. Marine lose out there as Bamber Bridge come forward again with Scarborough. Checked back by Sinclair. And a switch of play looking for Skinners, headed out by Lussey, and Curran now come away with it. The number 9 looks to be playing in a right wing position. Not too sure that's where you want your new goal scorer. But challenging there by Alex Doyle, wins the ball back for the Mariners. Smith now plays it forward to Toure. His first involvement is coming on. Solomon assessing his options and finds Doyle. Switch of play to Scarisbrick as well, just to get ahead on that, and cleared away by Bamber Bridge. The ball runs all the way back to Passon, who runs back into his box to wall it out to Wardle. Wardle looking for that pass and feeds Toure. Toure fouled by Bond. Free kick Marine. So if you're just tuning in, the score is Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 3, despite the Mariners being 2-0 up at half time. A Finlay Sinclair Smith double and a Harry Scarborough goal. That's what's give the visitors some joy in this match. Marine looking to pull this one back as Smith sweeps a free kick in towards the back post, and it's headed in towards goal by, I think it might have been Charlie Doyle at the back post. Just wide of the post. Not much Luke Hutchinson could have done about it.
Yeah, good header from Doyle. Got up well from the free kick. Just couldn't steer it into the far post. But I think it could be chances like that we're going to have to take in this game, because we're obviously playing into the win. It's probably going to be hard for us, as we're showing in the first half, to create good chances unless we play in slick football, as Bamber Bridge did on occasion in the first 45. So our chances may just come from those free kicks.
Headed forward by Smith from the goal kick, and Toure in there. Back to his left back. Looking for Lucas Weir, who been losing out on many challenges since coming onto the pitch at half time. Loses out again and fouls Sinclair on the ball, but Bamber Bridge succeed in the advantage played. And back with Green now. Thompson. Infield to Macaulay Wilson. Happy just to keep the ball in their own half here, as Wilson does get the ball away cheaply, and Marine will come forward now with Solomon. Little touch forward, looking for Scarisbrick, and Scarisbrick's in behind here. Andy Scarisbrick fires it wide. That was the chance to bring it level. Lovely little touch forward by Sol Solomon into the feet of Scarisbrick, who did have 3 men on his back. Despite being an on goal, you would have thought he should have hit the target there, Adam.
Yeah, if he's 1-on-1 and he's straight on facing the goalkeeper, you think just work the goalkeeper, just don't put it off target. But the fact it was a bit of an angle, he had the players on, he's tried to find the far post. I don't mind the decision to do that, but it's brilliant play by Solomon to slip him in.
And this guy's bit 1-on-1 with Luke Hutchinson. That could have been it to make it 3-3 here at the Marine Travel Arena, but not to be on that occasion, as Hutchinson's goal kick runs all the way out to the opposite side of the pitch. There's a big goal kick to Bailey Passon. So coming up to the last 20 or so minutes of the match. Marine 3-2 down to Bamber Bridge. Still looking to make their mark in this game. Smith's ball forward looking for Torres, cut out by Churchman. And now ball running all the way back to Hutchinson. Gets his side forward. And a flick header by Wardle, not where he wanted it. Passon running across to keep it in, but he's not successful in doing so. And it's a very cheap corner to the visitors. Sinclair Smith, the scorer of 2 of the goals, going across to take this one. And you think if Bridge were able to get a forfeit, surely would be game, set and match. Certainly the side looking more likely to score. The short corner to Sinclair, back to Sinclair Smith. Cross towards the back post is headed away by Charlie Doyle, but only as far as Churchman, who finds his captain, Wilson. Back to Churchman, who dinks a little floated ball in, and it's found its way to Scarborough, who took it well, just a little bit too heavy on the touch. There's Passant's there to cut out the danger. But rolls it out to Sean Smith, who's ended up at the back of his goal, and Wardle does well in the end to dink it forward. Smith now, a very unusual pass in field. It's cut out by Charlie Doyle. And Lucy's able to come forward for the Mariners now. His ball forward's blocked. And tussled out by Robbins. And Robbins has time on the ball now. Lovely play by the midfielders to keep things ticking for Bamber Bridge. And a little ball forward now by Hutchinson, is cut out by Charlie Doyle. Now Torre coming forward for Marine. Torre out to Curran. Curran's cross is blocked, and despite crossing the ball in, he's ended up conceding a free kick. I think it might be the studs are up. But he was trying to cross the ball in. I don't think you can criticise the player too much on that occasion.
Yeah, I think that's harsh on Curran, to be honest. He's going to cross the ball, he's sliding to make the cross. It's not like it's a 50-50 challenge. He's just, his momentum has taken him across probably quite a greasy pitch and somewhat into the Bamber Bridge player.
Well, Curran has ended up in a right wing position in the second half, with Torre the sole striker and Solomon on the left. A kick forwards by Hutchinson, looks to have found Sinclair Smith, and he looks to be able to keep it in, and he does, and he kicks it off Charlie Doyle for another Bamber Bridge corner. One of many corners have been able to have it this second half as the rain batters off the top of the roof. Certainly coming down now at the MTA. It's been a grim afternoon. If you're standing anywhere other than the sheltered areas. Sinclair Smith gets his corner whipped in, headed away by Charlie Doyle. Sinclair will come away with it though. Looks to take on Weir, and Weir puts the challenge in. And Sinclair's ball in, not found Alex Doyle, but Alex Doyle's clearance is a poor one. And eventually Passon gets the ball under his grasp, as the weather starts to ease off. Passon's looking for an option short, but not to be, and he'll have to go long on this time. Shoots it forward, looking for Torre. Headed clear though by Churchman. Cut out well by Skinner. Lovely play by the player, and he's still coming forward here, Skinner. Little 1-2 with Finlay Sinclair Smith has done well, and a little forward ball by the fullback. Comes off Lucy, and another corner on our right hand side for Bamber Bridge. Well, it looked to be a corner for the visitors, but instead the referee decided there's an offside in the play. And Passon clears it quickly, and Touré's shielded off the ball, but he's done well to win a side of throwing. And into the last 15 or so minutes, Adam, what do Marine need to do to get back in this game?
It's going to be tough with these conditions, and it's, you're never right to blame the conditions, but I think it's with what we've got up front, we've still got those technical players, so we will be able to fashion chances here and now, but I think it could be almost a similar case to last week against South Shields, where you're hoping to maybe keep a goal in it, and then once it gets towards the last sort of 5-10 minutes of the 90, then you start to really pile players forward. In terms of changes from the bench, there's not really much more we can do. In terms of attacking threat, I think it will more just be taking risks with the formation, pushing a few more players forward.
They've made the changes, Marine. Toure, Weir and Alex Doyle all coming on. Yet to make a real impact on proceedings though, in a positive way anyway. I think referees just had a word with the Marine dugout. That's what's halting play. And Bamber Bridge already with Isaac Sinclair and Finlay Sinclair Smith on the pitch. Added another Sinclair. Sky Sinclair will come on for their captain Macaulay Wilson.
Number 15, Sky Sinclair.
So the Bamber Bridge captain replaced with 15 minutes to go, as they look to keep out this lead they've built. Looks like he's just holding his left shoulder, Wilson, as he's been replaced. Cross comes in, looking for Toure. It's found its way to Smith now. Smith hooks it back in, can't find a white shirt, and it's cleared by Sinclair Smith. Scarborough's touch is too heavy, but challenged by Charlie Dull. Deflects off the striker, and Marine will have a throw in on the halfway line. Just looking at a bit of discomfort, Macaulay Wilson, as he's been replaced. You think that'll be the reason why? Toure now holds the ball up well and plays off Curran. Curran's cross is blocked, and Marine will have another throw in on that far side. Jordan Lucy trying off the ball. I don't think you can do too much about that. The rain continuing to pour, and his throw in. Not too sure what's happened there. The ball has slipped out of his grasp. I think the referee might give him another chance with that one. He's spending his time trying the ball. Didn't work for him. He's going to try it again. He's going to ignore the towel being thrown to him, and he's just going to put the ball in the danger zone. Not too much height on it. It's headed back straight out of play for another throw-in. He takes it quick this time for Charlie Doyle. Doyle crosses it in, headed away by Pond. Forward again by Charlie Doyle, but only as far as a yellow shirt. Scarisbrick's unable to put a challenge in. But Marine put some pressure on Churchman there and win another throw-in. Lucy will get things back underway quickly. His throw-in is a poor one, but he's got another chance at it. Lucy plays it to Curran. His throw-in's a poor one again. He's got to think he's got to just try and keep the ball with the throw-in, but Scarisbrick's come through with the ball now, and he keeps it in across well held by Luke Hutchinson. Ball just seemed to fall in place for Scarisbrick there. Couldn't cross it anywhere over than the big gloves of Bamber Bridge's number 1. And if you can hear that, is Rain absolutely throwing it down here at the MTA. Can't hear yourself think it. Bassent's ball is a poor one, it's cut out. And Skinner, now Scarborough. His kicking certainly not been on point in this game, Bailey Passant. But a free kick has been called by the referee and it's gone in Marine's favour. Around 10 minutes left, or just over 10 minutes of this match. Marine found themselves 3-2 down despite being 2 up at the break. 3 quick fire goals inside the start of the second half, giving Bamber Bridge a decent lead, but can Smith change that? It's a challenge by Sheldon Green, that is, and cut out for a throw-in. Thrown by Lucas Weir has been kept in by Solomon well. Smith now looks to come forward, he's been tackled, and Scarborough's come forward. He's looked bright in the second half, Harry Scarborough. He's come forward again to push his team forward and done well. But the ball's been played all the way back to Hutchinson. It's a really under-hit ball and Torre looked to pounce on it, but the goalie did well to come out at the right time and deal with the danger. Passant's kick forward straight onto the head of Nathan Pond. Flicked on by Green. Straight out of play again for a Marine throw. Passant with the ball at his feet. Just about hooks it beyond Scarborough to Charlie Dull, who's going to push the ball forward here for Marine. Looks to find Scarisbrick and now Toure. Toure take on his man. Comes inside and the pass into Curran wasn't a great one. It's cleared again. Some good control by Charlie Dull. Keeps things ticking for Marine, and here's Wardle now. Every player in a yellow shirt inside their own half as they look to defend this 3-2 lead. Solomon takes on his man and skips past him, puts a low cross in, and that's straight into the hands of Luke Hutchinson once more. Just yet to find that one bit of quality in the second half, Marine.
Yeah, I think it's just been difficult with Bamber Bridge obviously being a lot better, a lot sharper on the ball, and we've just struggled when we have the ball at the back to get it up the pitch. Players not necessarily having the confidence to try and play through the lines. So Bailey's having to try and go long with this wind. It's almost impossible.
Well, the long ball forward's been headed out of play by Jordan Lussey, and the referee's just wondering if Bamber Bridge will make their second change. Looks to be Donovan Lescott, stripped and ready, and he will be coming onto the field. Looks to be Joe Robbins, the man to be replaced. Done well in the midfield, Joe Robbins for the visitors. His races run here. Throwing now, taken to the man who's just come on. Donovan Lescott plays it back to Skinner, and it's all a little bit too easy for Bamber Bridge on that right hand side, but a poor pass by Skinner means that Passant can get things back underway with a goal kick. Passant will push his troops long. Bit of a poor kick, and you have to say something that I think will be frustrating Marines number 1. He's not been able to get any direction with his distribution, and Bamber Bridge will come forward again with Churchman. Nice touch towards Skinner, who's been up and down this left hand side in the second half, cut out by Charlie Doyle, but Lescott now coming forward. Looked to be tripped by Curran, but play goes on, and Toure certainly being held by Matt Thompson. Looks like the referee will give a booking his way, Matt Thompson. Got hold of Toure there, looking to break. So, free kick taken quickly, was cut out, and Lutty has the ball under his shirt once more. With a throw in, goes short though instead to Charlie Doyle. Doyle's cross is a poor one and easily cut out by Harry Scarborough. Scarborough will loft the ball over Sean Smith's head, looking for Sinclair Smith, who wanted the ball earlier, has found himself offside. Josh Wardle to get his team back underway quickly. He'll go back to his teammate Alex Doyle. Alex Doyle's pass wide is a poor one, and it's gone all the way out of play for another throw-in in the favour of Bamber Bridge this time. Well, that's what it looked like, but Marine, that was a Marine throw instead. It looked like the ball just went all the way out for a play for a Bamber Bridge one, but it is a throw into the visitors this time. Taking his time, Aaron Skinner with his throw in, and eventually hoofs it down the line, headed in there by Lussey and hooked forward, looking for Toure. Toure under the challenge, does well to hold the ball up, but his pass out to Craig Curran runs all the way out of the touchline. Skinner again will be in no rush with the ball in his hands. Looks for Scarborough, headed in there by Curran, flicked on, and Toure is able to flick it on, and Scarisbrick with a cross in. Not too sure what the referee's given here. I think he might give a free kick in Marine's favour, just outside the penalty area, in a decent crossing position, you have to say.
Yeah, it'd be a good chance for him to get the ball in. Looks like Lucas Weir's going to want to get the cross in. I don't know exactly what it was for, whether it's for a handball or whether
Scarisbrick just crossed the ball in. The referee wasn't happy with something. But yeah, like you say, Lucas Weir standing over this one as Marine contain Bamber Bridge's penalty area. And this is a good opportunity to claim a point from a game that they should have had all three from, you'd have to say. We are just waiting for the referee's whistle. And there it is, and he goes short, and it's well read by the Bamber Bridge player, but it's found the back post, and the shot comes in, and it's hit the side net, and I think it might have been Andy Scarisbrick at the back post. Never really looked like scoring. And the shot glides off the side netting, and a goal kick for Bamber Bridge.
I don't mind the idea of them going short there to try and, because it's quite close to the goal, so you maybe don't want to go in the air with it, try and get someone to head it. But if you're going to go short, you've got to really fizz it across the box and make sure that whoever's taking the shot only really has to have a good connection. They don't need to put a lot of power on it, just that placement. But the ball was a bit underhit from Weir, to be honest. And Scarisbrick would have done well from that angle once the ball played back into the box to test the keeper properly, sort of stretching for it. I'm not sure which Bamber Bridge player's down now. It might be Pond.
Yeah, they do have a player down here, Bamber Bridge. That's what's taken the sting out of the game. With minutes left of the match, looks to be Marine's third consecutive league loss. Here at the hands of Warrington Islands last time at the MTA, South Shields 2-1 loss last weekend. Looks to be a 3-2 loss here today, unless things change in the last few minutes. And how good the best defensive record in the league looked early in the season. Certainly leaking goals, and it's something for Neil Young to ponder. I think looks like Bamber Bridge have made their final substitution. It's Luke Marriott who's come onto the pitch for the injured man. The injured man wants to come back onto the pitch. Not too sure what the situation is here. I'm just trying to see who it is, but in the meantime, Harry Scarborough's going to shield the ball in Marine's corner. The challenge in there by Solomon. Wardle can clear, but it's a poor clearance. It's found Sinclair Smith. Challenged by Doyle, and the ball ricochets and cleared by Wardle. And a high ball gives Marine a throw in deep by the corner flag, not where they want the play to be. Thrown forward now, well won in there by Isaac Sinclair. Torre looks to break. The ball finds Weir, who's trying to bring the ball down in a dangerous area, and he loses out. Up forward, looking for Scarborough. The ball out for a Marine throw-in. Throw taken by Wardle, long down the line. Andy Scarisbrick's gone down, holding his head. It's in a bit of discomfort there, Scarisbrick. Bit of a head injury. Just confirmation it is Christopher Churchman, the man who's gone off through injury for Luke Marriott, as he hobbles back towards that visiting dugout. In the meantime, Scarisbrick, the man who's on the deck holding his head, just receiving a little bit of treatment by the Marine physios. Seconds of normal time left, and as I say that, the ball has come up. There'll be 5 minutes for Marine to try and change the scoreline of 3-2. 2-0 up at the break. Callum Harrison, James Barrigan from the penalty spot looked to be a nice and easy afternoon for the Mariners, but it's been anything but. Second half fight back goals from Finlay Sinclair Smith double and Harry Scarborough. It's given Bamber Bridge a 3-2 lead heading into additional time here. But Marine come forward in the rain with Lussey, ball down the line, looking for Toure. Toure is fouled and he's coming forward now. Challenging with Thompson, and Thompson with the tackle. Marine have a corner. Lucas Weir racing over there to take this set piece. And every man in the box for Marine as the cross comes in, and it's headed by Joshua Wardle, but no direction on that one. Straight out of play for a Bamber Bridge goal kick. So into added time. Just around 4 minutes left of it. This will be 3 defeats on the bounce for the Mariners. This goal kick comes forward here. Straight out of play. Nothing Sheldon Green could do there. as it's now hail coming down at the MTA. And you really hope the full-time whistle isn't too far away. You'd have to say, as the skies are pouring of hail, but it's not stopping Craig Curran on the ball, charging forward for Marine. Toure challenging in there. Charlie Doyle lunging in, and he's lost out, and it's Lescott coming forward now. Lescott's beating his man, and he's still coming forward in the hail. He's found Sinclair Smith, and he's had another shot on goal, and it's parried by Bailey Passon, but he's lucky that Scarborough wasn't there in time. And Toure now finds Smith. Smith come inside, looking for a white shirt, but I think I can't really believe what they're seeing in the conditions. There's not much movement going on in the forward areas. And the pass by Solomon is out for Van Bridge throwing. We're in no rush here. Bamber Bridge. The throw is taken down the line only as far as Wardle as the hail comes to a stop. Marine coming forward with Jordan Lussey. Lussey hooks the ball forward looking for Scarisbrick. Had a one in there. And back to Josh Wardle. Charlie Doyle now. Charlie Doyle hooks the ball looking for Scarisbrick. It's found. And it's Scarisbrick who shakes the shot. And so close. And I think that's the chance for the Mariners. They had a similar one a few minutes odd before, and a similar chance. Lovely ball forward by Charlie Doyle. Scarisbrick, like his first chance, hits it wide.
Yeah, you could tell Charlie's off from that one pass alone as a natural midfielder. Slot it in beautifully behind. Scarisbrick gets on the end of it, fires hard, but pulls it wide, unfortunately. Probably the last big chance of the game for us.
You think so? But Marine are going to try again with Lussey coming forward again. His ball is cut out by Skinner, and he's slipping all over the hail. It's fell onto the 3G pitch here. Scarborough now coming forward for Bamber Bridge. He's got Sinclair Swift to his left, and he finds him. An overlapping run of Lescott, who's just going to keep it in that corner. It's gone out of play, and that is the full-time whistle. It finishes Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 3. 2-0 up Marine were at the break from goals of Callum Harris and James Barragan from the penalty spot. But ever since the second half whistle was blown, it's been a completely different game. There's a double from Finlay Sinclair Smith and a goal from Harry Scarborough. Here's the difference here at the MTA as Marine fall to 3 league defeats in a row for the first time this season. But we will be back for the next game, games with Trinity next weekend. Hopefully bounce back from the defeat this afternoon. So it ends here, Marine 2, Bamber Bridge 3.